everybody. Good morning and happy Friday to you. It is Project Joy Live, your triple shot of good vibes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at this 9 a.m. Eastern Time hour. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. And, one of the things we talk about often on here is how we are the joy. And a lot of things that we experience in this life may not necessarily be deemed as joyful. And that is, I mean, I already planned on the topic with my co-host today. Danielle Valero is here, and we're going to be talking about grieving icons, finding joy after loss that we experience. What do we do when we start to see those childhood people that we looked up to, passing on, and a lot of things that we've been experiencing with that, but we are going to tie it back to joy. And then in addition, if you watch the season premiere of Project Joy, I gave a breaking news segment and regarding the homeschooling situation that we've been following here in southeastern Connecticut, or in Connecticut as a whole. And it's a situation where we were calm, we were we were good to go, and then things ramped up pretty significantly at the start of this year. In fact, it started on my birthday, which was the gift that keeps giving over here. And so, unfortunately, that's not the only issue that we're following in Connecticut right now. So real quick, I've got some more breaking news for you this morning. All right. So today is Friday, February 20th, 2026, and we are tracking a developing education policy story in Connecticut that has parents, educators, and homeschool advocates deeply engaged this week. In addition, a petition opposing House Bill 5044, titled An Act Establishing Connecticut Vaccine Standards, has been submitted and entered into the public record by a coalition of Connecticut residents. The petition argues that HB 5044 would fundamentally shift how public health policy, including vaccination standards, is set by the state by centralizing decision-making authority with the Department of Public Health and away from legislative oversight. Signers say this could expand immunization mandates into broader areas without democratic review and eliminate key checks and balances that currently exist. That petition is drawing a significant reaction from families around the state, including homeschoolers, during a session where debate over education policy continues to heat up. At the same time, Connecticut public school enrollment has fallen to its lowest level in at least 20 years, with roughly 497,000 students enrolled statewide, for the 25-26 school year, a drop of more than 10,600 students from the previous academic year, the steepest single-year decline since the year 2007. Experts attribute these declines to shifting family preferences, lower birth rates, and rising interest in school choice alternatives such as homeschooling and charter or private schools. This juxtaposition, a bill concerning public health policy and the ongoing drop in public school enrollment, is prompting many families to ask a broader question. What kind of education future do Connecticut families want? For homeschooling advocates, decreasing enrollment rates reinforce what many have been saying on recent conversations about education freedom, that families are increasingly seeking alternatives outside the traditional system. Many homeschoolers feel that proposed legislation like HB 5044 could inadvertently place additional burdens on their decisions about their children's education and health autonomy. While districts like Hartford Public Schools are feeling the impact firsthand, losing thousands of students and even hiring recruitment firms to try to bring students back. So why does this matter now? Policy debates over public health standards are happening amid a rapidly changing educational landscape. Enrollment trends are not just statistical, they are reshaping school budgeting, staffing, and community planning. Parents and caregivers are increasingly engaged in conversations about school choice, classroom conditions, and autonomy in education decisions. Before we wrap this breaking update, it's important to clarify something. House Bill 5044 is not the same bill connected to the homeschooling discussions we've been covering. These are separate legislative conversations. However, they are unfolding at the exact same time, and there is significant overlap within the communities paying attention. When Connecticut removed the religious exemption for vaccines several years ago, many families made the decision to transition to homeschooling. So while these bills may not be directly connected on paper, the communities impacted by public health and education policy often are. That's why families are watching not just one bill, but the broader picture. They are watching the Education Committee, they are watching the Children's Committee, and they are watching the Public Health Committee. Because when decisions about education and health intersect, parents are who feel it first. And here's the core principle that many families are expressing right now. Health decisions belong in the exam room between a patient and their doctor, not between a patient and the government. This is an election year, and whether someone agrees or disagrees with that sentiment, it is a reminder that policy has real-life impact, and informed voters shape that policy. Stay informed, stay engaged, ask questions. There are petitions available, there are hearings you can attend, and you can find all of that by a simple Google search and looking for the Connecticut Capitol and everything that's going on up there. We will continue to monitor developments and keep you updated as we're able to here on the Breakthrough Show Network. We will be right back after this.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. Can anybody tell why I'm tired this morning? I have things to do, and all of this stuff keeps popping into my awareness, and I am doing my very best to figure out, the timing of things and how, prioritizing and reprioritizing and shifting things around. And I feel like I've missed my calling as a juggler in the circus is what it is. I am excited to be here with you today for another episode of Project Joy Live. We're going to be talking about grieving icons, finding joy after loss. I'd love for you, if you're joining us live, to chime in the comments. Let us know where you're joining from and what is bringing you the most amazing joy today. But let's see, what is bringing me joy? What's bringing me joy is really getting clear. In the process of writing a social media post right now as well. Just sharing some of my feelings about how I feel things have shifted, but also I'm shifting with them, and perhaps in a way that it's not going to be everybody's favorite, and that's okay. That's okay. I think I've worked really, really hard throughout my life to get to this place where, um, uh, uh, I'm sort of teetering this line. The joy for me is this: I'm never going to be a person that doesn't care. I was talking about this in a container that I host recently about, um, I'm never going to be a person that just says, you know, screw an entire group of people. I'm just not that way. And I have a personal willingness, and I think, not necessarily a commitment, but a way about me that, I want to have conversation. I want to try to understand something before, I jump to conclusions. Now, that being said, I have also come to the resolution that I'm not meant to understand everything in this life. So as much as I might try, but that's the thing for me, it's that the effort is there. I have a desire to try to understand in order to be able, because I believe that's how we make a difference. I think that, a willingness to have conversation and to understand other perspectives is how we can make a difference in the world. I think we jump to too many conclusions. We get too sensitive about things without thinking about, number one, where's that person even coming from? And number two, what is that information being filtered through within us? Like what experiences, what beliefs, what opinions, and all of those things. And so, I am in the process of writing up this post, like I said, and just being really clear about, my intentions for my spaces. And I am not willing at this point. I have arrived, everybody. I'm not willing to sit and debate, on certain things that people are committed to misunderstanding, or committed to going, I'm just going to disagree regardless of what you say. Not even just disagree, but argue and call names and be nasty about things. I don't have the capacity for that right now. So, I'm going to be going to be leaning into that, delete button often, right now, because I don't want to do it, and feeling good about that being my Bobby Brown moment, my prerogative to do that. Okay. So that's bringing me a lot of joy this morning, despite the things coming into my awareness, despite the stress, despite, everything else that's happening at all the same time. I feel really good about where I'm at emotionally and mentally, and, you know, creating this like container of safety for myself in this process. So it's good, and it's bringing me joy, and I'm happy about it. So Miss Sang D is joining us this morning. Happy, 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 joyous Friday. She said, I'm so lucky to get to be here today. And for that, I am filled with so much joy. My heart is fluttering, hopefully in a good way. Sometimes that can mean other things. So I love that. I love that. Thanks for being here, Sang. Miss Danielle is in the back and getting ready. And Mr. Pitch Perfect himself is here. Good morning and happy Friday to Miguel. Good to see you, and happy anniversary to them, I get to say as well. All right. Without further ado, everybody, let's bring Danielle Valero back to the show. It's time for a Fun Friday. Listen, I was not quite sure, but that is always a vibe. And I'm back
It
here
is.
like, good morning.
Good morning.
You're on the road. Happy anniversary to you guys.
Thank you. Yeah, we're enjoying our little break from all the madness and the
And then I had to
chicken
go and ruin that.
madness. No, not at all.
The chicken life, though, the chicken life, and in the winter chicken life is another conversation.
It's a different type of life. Yeah. It's different from the regular chicken life.
Right. Love it. I love it. So it is your anniversary weekend, week end of the week here. And it was a couple days ago, right?
Yeah.
Do you wanna give a shout out to your hubby this morning?
Yeah. Happy anniversary. And we're having a good time. We're enjoying it. It's 23 years. Is a long time. It's a
Yes.
long time. Like I got to give myself a pat on the back because I obviously don't give up very easily. Because as
Does
much
he
as
know
we
how lucky he is?
I mean, really.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's funny. I was watching one of my favorite guilty pleasures, Love is Blind, last night.
oh, me too
Were
last
you are you caught
night.
up? Are you
I am
caught up
pretty
yet?
much all caught up. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've
Yeah.
got like the last 15 minutes of the most recent to go, like because I was so tired last night with all this stuff going on. Um and so I do you remember that there was a part where one person was where they went to go meet the family, the Italian family. Did you see that? The part they went to dinner with the Italian family. There's the girl that was adopted, and then she went to go meet his family, and they're a big
Oh,
Italian family, and
yes.
they're sitting at the table.
Yes.
The dad got emotional talking about how the joy of marriage is really the working through things. And
Yes.
I loved how he got emotional talking about it because he's this big Italian guy, like I just it was expecting him to not be like that. And so at any rate, he I was just moved by that because it speaks to the same thing that we talk about on Project Joy, which is that the joy has to come from within. Like any
Hmm.
situation could take us out, especially
Yeah.
in marriage. Like so many things come
Oh,
up
yeah.
in
Oh,
marriage that you
yeah.
could easily just check out, right? But the
Easily.
joy is that we get to work through that together, those things together, if we
Right.
choose to do that. And Miguel
Right.
said you deserve a medal.
Dealing with him for 20. Listen, I'm no cup of tea either. Like, I wouldn't want to date myself.
You know what that bothers me though, because I've seen that before where people will say like, don't get into a relationship or whatever until you would date or marry yourself. And I'm like, I wouldn't want to date or marry myself, even if I was a whole cup of tea with a
No.
slice of lemon, because I don't want to be surrounded by myself. Like,
No.
yeah,
No.
we're supposed to. I feel
Definitely
like
not.
we're
I
supposed
irritate
to.
my own self sometimes. Really. Like, I irritate myself just being me. I don't need another one of me around me 24/7.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just,
Seriously.
it doesn't sound
I know I don't.
like a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know that the topic that we're
No.
going to talk about today, grieving icons and finding joy after loss. I shared on the show earlier this week about the death of James Vanderbeek, and he was the first person that we met when we went to 90s Con in 2024, and he was also the first one that it was like just a genuine conversation. It wasn't like, this was some celebrity and you're like, "Hey, I love your movie. Okay, thanks. Which was your favorite? This one. Okay, bye. Have a great day." We
Yeah.
were talking about life, like real life things, and our families and my work and his work and our kids and all of this stuff. And so um and then we lost Catherine O'Hara, as
Yeah.
well, who many of us, a lot of the kids now obviously saw her on Schitt's Creek and Beetlejuice 2, but we knew her from Home Alone and the
Yes.
early, the first Beetlejuice and many other
Yes.
things. And then TK Carter just passed away as well. Robert Duvall a couple days ago. Eric Dane, you just told me about
Yeah.
yesterday. And it's interesting because there's a lot of school of thought or a lot of opinions out there about how we put too much emphasis on, you know, how we feel when celebrities die, and we didn't, it's not like we knew them and all of that. So what's your take on that, that opinion that's out there?
Well, I mean, also, you can't, I think some people want to put it on the same level as grieving a family member or something. I think there's all sorts of level of grieving. There's all sorts of different ways to grieve people on different levels. I think that, yeah, they weren't family, but these actors and icons, like, we grew up with them. They lived in our, living rooms, our bedrooms, and our growing up years. And when they're gone, it kind of reminds us that time doesn't rewind. It's like a loss of, like for me with James Vanderbeek. And I'm so sad I didn't get to see him when you went, and he wasn't there the following year. And I remember you asking me who was I most excited to see, and I was like, I would
Yeah.
just love to see the Dawson Creek cast, because that was the show of my childhood. Like, when I tell you every Thursday night, 8 o'clock, I, I don't care what was going on. I had to be there, couldn't miss an episode. That's the only show I did that with. So yeah, there's that young girl inside of me who I remember, who was so full of joy and energy watching that show, and how it was such a happy place for me, and it was such a good show, and I just loved watching him. And then, you know, then I find out, oh, he's from Connecticut, and all these things. And then even like later on, watched him on The Masked Singer, on Dancing with the Stars. And then learning about family, and he has 6 children, and moving out on a farm, and then getting diagnosed with cancer he made in his, the time before last. And such a good human being, like, and he's just human, like, he's a regular person like us, so it's very sad. um but it's a different kind of grief, and I think we can grieve people that maybe we didn't meet or know that well.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things I will
Yeah,
say
so
is, so last October, I took my Margine to the Horror Fest in the same building that 90s Con is in, at the Convention Center in Hartford, Connecticut. And I got to meet Danny Pintoro. He was there for the cast of Cujo with Dee Wallace, but we know him obviously as, one of the characters, Jonathan Bauer, on the sitcom Who's the Boss, that ran, from the 80s into the early 90s. And one of the things that Danny was talking about, because we got into talking a little bit about nostalgia, he and I, and and he was talking about how we're in a very different kind of time now, where when we watch something, a lot of people are watching things coming out on Netflix or other streaming platforms, and we get a chunk of episodes at one time, if not an entire full season at once, and
mhm,
people are binging the episodes. Back in the day,
right,
sitcoms would run and you would only get one episode a week. And so he said at
yep,
that time we were growing up together Like, we would be like, if you were a child and there was a child on the show, you were aging at the same time. And so it felt much more connected than
Yeah.
what we're experiencing now, where it's like you kind of binge and then people are different ages, and it's, it's different. It's different than it was back then. And so I feel like even that could have added to the feeling that we, that we really knew them, or we were connected in a different
Yeah,
kind of way.
for sure.
Yeah. So I was going through the list as well. There's been a bunch of people which I didn't even realize had passed away already. Also, Blake Garrett, who co-starred in How to Eat Fried Worms, he was only 33 when he passed away this past week. Brad Arnold, the lead singer of Three Doors Down, that was another one. That band was so popular, in the 90s and all of that. So, I think one of the amazing things where celebrity deaths are concerned is that we have their art to lean into the joy. We can watch something and be sad that they're gone, but also go, man, like, I remember the first time I saw this. And I remember,
Yeah.
or if it's a music person, like, I remember this period of my life that their music helped me through, or something like that. What are some of the things that help you lean into the joy of it?
Yeah, it's just, you can always tap into those memories. Like when I think of James Vanderbeek, like I said, that was my favorite show, Dawson's Creek. Anytime I think about that period of time in my life, I just remember, with all the chaos I had going on, that was the one thing that I looked forward to every week. And it brought me so much joy. Like I would get so excited, and it
Yeah.
would be like a whole thing. I get myself set up in front of the TV and get ready to like watch the show. But I think that's the thing that helps you in a time of grieving or a time of loss, is like the good memories, the joy that they brought into your life when they're alive. And I think just because somebody is like famous or a star, I mean, they can still have an impact on you.
Yeah.
You can look up to these people, and um they can inspire you, because on the other side of being an actor or an actress or a singer or whatever, a lot of times now, especially with the internet, they get on there and they talk about their own lives, and see that, oh, this is just another human being. They just happen to be on TV. Like a lot of times they're very down to earth, and they're good people, and then you almost kind of get on a personal level with them. It's
Yeah.
just like, other people on YouTube or whatever. You kind of have
Right.
like this connection through the screen, and you can respect somebody, you can be inspired by somebody, and then you're going to feel the loss when they
Yeah.
pass away,
Yeah.
regardless. And it's not about putting them on a pedestal. It's more of like, they're a human being just like us, and like you're going to feel something about it. If
Well, and now, thanks to social media and a lot of these expos and cons that happen,
uh,
we are even closer to them than we ever were before.
yeah,
Remember back in the day, in order to like connect with your favorite celebrity, you would have to send an envelope in the mail to join their fan club, and then you might get like a signed picture
yes,
back or something generic.
I did,
Now you're getting to like go and meet them and hug them and talk to them,
which
and
is wild.
it's crazy the
Yeah,
difference now,
yeah,
and I love what Miguel said too. I agree with both of you. I feel like when they pass, you feel that version of yourself with that connection is also gone. And it's
yeah,
so true, because even outside of celebrity, even when I think about what it was like when my brother passed away, it wasn't just him that I've grieved all these years. It was the version of myself when I was with him, what was going on in my life, the connective things that we would do together, like that included me.
Jessica, stop. I literally got goosebumps from head to toe. I'm about to cry right now. It's too early for this. No,
It's
I
okay.
felt that. I really felt
Yeah.
that. You're right.
Yeah.
It's the you, who you were when they were there, when they
Yeah.
were physically here still. Yeah. I felt
Yeah.
that. It was,
I feel it so hard myself because
Mhm.
like, you know, TGIF on Friday nights was a big deal. You know, like and so
Oh
many people
yeah.
even from that lineup are gone now. You know, but it was a
Yeah.
priority, and we it was part
Yes.
of our like we had to hurry up and finish dinner because
Yes.
TGIF was starting, and did we want to have a friend over for it? Did we need to, you know, it was
Yeah.
part of our routine. So it's not just
Yeah.
about the person, you know,
No. It
not
was
just
about
about
who
the
we
person.
were.
Yeah. The other thing
Yeah.
that comes with this that I want to mention, because this is happening right now with the situation with James Vanderbeek, is that with this increased connection with celebrities, whether we're meeting them in person at cons or fan clubs or social media or whatever, I feel like many people feel like because they feel like they know them, so yes, some that connection is increased like we're talking about, they also feel like that gives them the right then to judge the crap out of them, even
Yeah.
like there's so much going on with the James Vanderbeek death right now,
Yeah.
about the
Yeah.
GoFundMe,
Yeah.
the where why, like there's people just in complete
Yeah.
judgment mode. So this connection that we feel with celebrities that helps us to feel that sense of grief when they are no longer with us, I feel like there's also a trade-off there because we also feel
Yeah.
connected enough to feel like we have something to say about everything. I don't know. I don't
Too
know.
many
Like,
opinions out there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's hard because, you know, that's part of what I'm exploring for myself right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how did we get to this place? How did we get to this place where we feel like everything that we see that has could have nothing to do with us, but we just feel like we can, we get to have an opinion, which is fine.
Yeah,
We
you just
get to
gotta
have an
insert
opinion, but
yourself.
yeah, yeah,
I don't know, Jessica. I think I just want to go back and relive the 90s because this is not it. I am not having fun in 2026. I'm trying to, I'm fighting a lot of battles and I'm really
yeah,
getting a headache from all this crap going on that I'm like, can we
yeah,
just go back when times were way more simpler? We were all just so happy and we all just didn't care about nothing.
yeah.
There's not no like we didn't care. Somebody said something mean, I left and walked away. Like
Yeah, that's it.
whatever,
Like,
bye.
I, yeah, you just went talk to the hand and you walked
Talk to the
away.
hand because the face ain't listening. Bye
You
bye.
know, I'm saying though, in that feeling of there's so much that is really heavy right now. It's
So
really,
much,
really
so much.
heavy.
And you don't even
Um,
know where to put your energy at because there's just
mhm.
so much and you
Yeah,
just don't have the energy for all of it.
yeah. And it's and that process that I was talking about before
Yeah.
you came on the show, that process of having to redirect, reprioritize, move things
Right.
around, it's exhausting. And
Yeah. I
yes,
can
we
only
can do
imagine.
it and we're strong and all of that stuff, but it's exhausting.
It takes the
It's
toll.
so tiring. Yeah.
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 And there's so many
So
things you got to think about.
right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you think about, can you think of specific memories around any of the? I mean, you talked about Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
So there's that. Was there any specific memories you remember from your childhood or teenage years that have to do with that show?
Um, yeah, I remember in the very beginning stages of me and Miguel dating.
Mm.
We were little teeny boppers, still in high school. And I remember there was a couple times that we were going to hang out together and I was going to go over to his house and hang out. And Thursday night, and I'm like, listen, my show is coming on. He had like a little TV in his room. And I made him put that show on so I could watch it.
The
He's like, well, where was
precedent.
I? And I was like, I don't know what you were doing, but I was sitting there watching my show on your TV because I'm like, stop everything we're doing. We can't be out. I got to be back at the house watching.
Listen, guys,
So
the
a couple
precedent
times
for
that
that
happened.
marriage was
Yeah.
set at that time. The precedent for that marriage was set way back then.
He, to this day, I don't think he's ever seen an episode of Dawson's Creek. I could not force him to watch it, but he did let me use his TV in his bedroom to watch it so that I could watch my show and not miss it. And for a whole hour, it's like, shh, quiet. My show is on. I need to watch it. So
And we
that's
know
how
that it
deep I
had
was in.
right. We know that it was he was fine because he said I never got headaches in the 90s. So it didn't bother him.
And now he gets headaches all the time. All the time.
So
And gray
funny.
hairs and all the
So
fun
funny.
stuff of stress.
I know. Let's talk about the gray hair. Yeah, I ended up, I think I watched a little bit of Dawson's Creek when it came out originally, but I didn't really watch all of it until much later, like the entire series. I had the same sort of feelings with 90210. Like I could not miss 90210. That was it. That was my show. I moved things around so that I could prioritize it. And that's been a really hard sort of fandom to be a part of as well, because with the loss of several of the cast
Yeah.
members now, including
Yeah.
Luke Perry and Shannon Doherty. And that was really tough too, because, when I went, so our first 90s con that we went to was in 2024. I wanted to go. I had plans to go in 2023. And I was so sad because the cast of 90210 was there and I really wanted to go. And that was the last one that Shannon was at before she passed away.
Mm-hmm.
So then when 90210 came back for last year for 2025, I prioritized 90210 as my, that's my top people that I want to see, because you just don't know if any of them are going to be at the next one. And
that's crazy.
It's a morbid
It's a morbid way of thinking, for sure.
Right.
And it's scary too, because we're like around the same age of them. Like they may be a little older, maybe a little younger, maybe like right around the same age. So when you see people around your age, people you grew up with passing away, it's scary. It's like we don't have much time here. Like
right. And that's what, I mean, I've shared before. That's why the death of my brother was so hard on me, because we were I'm 4 years older than he was. So that it just takes you, it just takes you somewhere. And even though the death itself of a celebrity, of a person in your life is incredibly difficult, I don't think anybody's, I'm not looking at the grief situation going, well, it brings me joy that somebody died. That's not what I'm saying here at all. I'm saying that from that, joy can then be created, because it helps us bring us back to the present. It helps us to appreciate people more. It helps us to live like this moment is our last, really start to prioritize a little bit, and maybe have thoughts about what is it exactly that is important to me. in my life right now, and how can I do the work that I need to do to prioritize those things a little bit more. And there's immense joy in that. That's a gift to have that realization and then go, now what can I do with that?
Yeah.
You know, um classmates as well. That's another
Yeah,
one.
that's
Yeah,
true.
we've you and I have dealt with that a lot with classmates in the last few years or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I continue to lean into the fact that joy is who we are. And in any situation, joy doesn't mean that we're not going to cry, that we're not going to be sad, that we're not going to, go through be angry even or frustrated about the losses that we experience. The joy comes from remembering that we are still here, and we get to remember the moments that we had with them, even if it was through a TV screen, you know, because they shaped our lives in certain ways. We prioritized watching their shows. And like you were mentioning, Danielle, we also looked up to a lot of them in different ways, and we get to look back and think on those things. And also it brings us into the present, where we can go, what's the joy that I can experience right now with the time that we had while we had it. Um, any other thoughts that you want to share about this topic in particular?
I think that it's crazy that there's people out there with all these opinions on, well, you didn't know them, you can't grieve them. I don't think you
Yeah.
have to personally know somebody to grieve them. So I mean, I look at it this way. I think there's different levels of grieving. I think there's different types of grieving. I think there's people, pets, whatever, you're going to grieve more than another. Something's going to hit you harder than another. I just think it's a personal thing. It's very personal, and other people's opinions about your personal feeling and what you're going through internally and who you're grieving has everything to do with you and nothing to do with anybody else. And I'm going to grieve who I want to grieve for, or who I feel a loss from, because I've had people judge me on people that I grieve. And it's like, I have every right to grieve who I want to grieve, and you can grieve who you want to grieve. And can we all just leave each other alone and let everybody
I mean,
be who they want
listen.
to be, and love who they want to love, and grieve who they want to grieve? Like, I'm so sick of opinions and chirping and all of that.
Yeah.
Just, that's where I kind of got a little, I don't want to say triggered, but it's annoying. Like, can we just grieve who we want to grieve,
Yeah.
regardless if they're an icon, a star, somebody from social media that we followed and personally had an effect on us personally and helped us get through some tough times,
Right.
and then something tragic happens to them? We have every right to feel how we want to feel and grieve
Right.
for who we want to grieve.
Yep.
It's, at the end of the day, it's really sad. And I think these certain icons and stars that we're seeing pass away now from our childhood, that it's going to affect us. These are people we grew up watching.
Yep.
So yeah, sad.
And I think too that it's not for me, it's not so much other people's opinions that bother me. It's the anger, or what's expressed when your opinion doesn't match theirs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You can sit back and go, I don't understand why she's upset that James Vanderbeek died. She only had one conversation with him, and she watched him through his screen the rest of her life. They could sit back and say that. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care. That's their opinion. But when
Right.
when something like that turns into a feud, and now we have
Yeah.
to argue about it, that's where I'm
Yeah.
that's where my boundary is now. No more. Cuz that tries to steal my joy that I know is not, you can't steal my joy. So I get to go, bye. That's it.
Yeah.
Every day, look at Miguel coming with the mic drops today. Every day we get is up is an opportunity to turn your life around and achieve your goals. That's it. You don't have time. And if you're focused on your goals and everything else, you don't have time for this petty argument nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It sucks the joy away from you. It sucks your energy if you get yourself tied up in all that and the back and forth. And it's like at the end of the day, I'm not trying to convince anybody of my beliefs, but I will tell you right now, you're not going to convince me the other way either. So shut it down. Bye.
Yep. Done.
Move along.
Shutting it down. And with that, we are going to fill your screens with some love. It is still Love Month here on Project Joy Live, and we are going to take a quick break with Dorothy's For Love poem, and we'll be right back with birthdays. Don't go anywhere.
I shall stand for love, even with a broken soul, even with a heavy heart. I shall stand for love, for the world is wounded, not just my little piece of land, where I am mostly safe, where I am mostly well, but our world, everywhere, every day. I shall stand for love, because we need more light, not more death, not more power, not more bombs. I shall stand for love, so that our children are safe, so that our friends are sheltered, so that our borders are open. I shall stand for love, even with a broken soul, even with a heavy heart.
Welcome back, everybody, to Project Joy Live. It's your triple shot of good vibes. And that also includes, being committed to spreading the good vibes, even when the conversation is hard. Boys and girls, we do hard work here on Project Joy, here with Danielle Valero this morning. And I was just like, you know what? I should have come over where y'all are, and we should have just done the whole show from there, like live and in person this morning. I just was thinking that we should have done that this morning. Is what we should have done. But all right. It's time to do birthdays. I think are you frozen or am I frozen? You guys that are out there watching, who's frozen, me or Danielle or both of us? Let me know. Oh, wait, Danielle's back. She's moving now. There she goes. She's alive, everybody.
I don't know what happened. I was trying to stay calm. We both disappeared off my computer. I don't know.
It's okay. All right, everybody. It's time for birthdays. Here we go.
Happy birthday to you.
All right. In the world of celebrity today, Millie Bobby Brown is 23 years old today. Little babies. Singer Chappell Roan is 29 years old today. Author Jeff Kinney, author of the Diary of the Wimpy Kid books, among other things. Lots of kids like those. He's 56 years old today. Singer Seal is 64 years old today. Happy birthday, Seal. Actor Jeff Daniels, you might remember from movies like Dumb and Dumber, among many others, 72 years old today. Sit with that one a minute. Let's see, who else do we have here? Haley Duff, 42 years old. Incredible icon, not just a singer, an icon. Smokey Robinson is 87 years old today. And now I'm going to have Tears of a Clown stuck in my head the rest of the day. Why? Anyway, the celebrities in my life. Also, a Breakthrough alum, Michael Whitehouse, had a birthday yesterday. Today, Breakthrough alum Lisa Pinnock has a birthday, as well as Lynn Thompson, and another alum and an amazing human being, Amanda Lindsay, also known as the spreader of the happy. She has a birthday today, so happy birthday, Amanda Lindsay. Do you have any birthdays you're celebrating, Danielle?
No,
No
just
birthdays?
celebrating my anniversary a couple days ago. I don't think I have any birthdays. Sorry if I forget somebody. Don't think I
That's all
do.
right. We'll catch y'all in a couple weeks. All right, here we go. Let's get our birthday song on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Millie, Chapel, Jeff, Seal, Jeff, Haley, Smokey, Michael, Amanda, Lisa, and Lynn. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you guys continue to have an amazing anniversary celebration. When are you, like, you've been celebrating for a couple of days. When do you go back home?
Tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow.
Okay, so this is
Which I'm excited to go back home. It was a nice little break, but that's when you like really
Hey, am I allowed out of the room now?
That's when I'm sorry, my husband decides to talk.
Happy anniversary, Miguel.
Threw me off.
Mine doesn't
now
too.
I forgot what I was saying. So
it's sometimes it's nice to go when you're away to go back home. That's what we were.
You can appreciate the madness. So like I can appreciate it. When I'm in it, sometimes you forget.
Yeah.
And you're tired, you're stressed, whatever. And then you're taken out of it. You take a little break, and then you can appreciate it more when you go home. And like my dogs, my chickens, all of that, my kids. So I'm looking forward to it now, because now I'm like, I miss everything. I miss my bed, miss my house.
Yeah.
Miss my routine.
For sure. I'm the same way. I've become I'm not home all the time, but I go out and I enjoy being out, but that also helps me to enjoy being home a lot more.
Yes.
So there's that.
Yes.
All right, everybody, for the rest of the afternoon, we have an amazing show coming up at 2 p.m. Eastern time today, the second episode of season 9 of the Breakthrough Show. Incredible singer-songwriter Ben Killen is going to be on the show, and we're going to go beyond the music notes with him, talk about his music. You're going to get to see one of his music videos, and we'll talk about all of his history and stuff with music. I'm really excited. He has graced a lot of stages and screens, and thrilled to have him on the show to talk with him this afternoon. We also have co-working coming up here this morning. Come join us at the breakthroughshownetwork.club and jump in with us here in just a couple minutes, and it'll be fun. Danielle, thank you for being with me as always today, and enjoy the rest of your anniversary time together.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. I'm Jessica Dugas. This is Danielle Valero, and we want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.